I had the money, the power, the kind of status that opened any door for me. Everything most people spend their lives chasing. But every night, I couldn't sleep. And that was the hidden price of my success. By 42, I had meticulously built what many would call the perfect life. It was a life constructed brick by brick through years of relentless effort and sacrifice, a testament to my ambition. I had followed the blueprint for success that society handed me, and on paper, I had achieved it all. The early mornings, the missed weekends, the constant pressure. It had all paid off, or so it seemed. I owned a sprawling luxury home, its clean lines and glass walls a symbol of modern achievement. I ran a thriving business, an engine of innovation that employed dozens and was respected in its industry. This granted me complete financial freedom, the ability to buy anything I wanted whenever I wanted. From the outside, I had won the game. I was the man who had everything. But inside, a different story was unfolding. Every single night without fail, at exactly 2:17 a.m., I would wake up. It wasn't a gentle stirring. It was a jolt, as if an internal alarm had been tripped. My heart would be racing, a frantic drumbeat against my ribs. My mind, heavy with a nameless dread, and the room, utterly silent, amplifying my inner turmoil. I'd check my phone. No stress alerts, no late-night emergencies from the office. Just a profound, suffocating feeling I couldn't name or escape. It was the quiet dread of a man standing atop a mountain, terrified not of falling, but of the emptiness of the summit. I tried everything to silence the 2:17 alarm. I engineered new morning routines with military precision. I practiced meditation, sitting in stillness while my mind screamed. I booked expensive, exotic vacations, only to find I'd packed my anxiety in my carry-on. I even tried working later, pushing myself deeper into the spreadsheets and projections, hoping sheer exhaustion would finally grant me a full night's sleep. It never did. The fatigue only made my anxiety sharper. One night, adrift in the blue glow of my monitors, surrounded by the trophies and charts that defined my success, I realized something deeply painful. These symbols of victory felt hollow, like relics from a life that wasn't mine. I tried to remember the last uninterrupted dinner with my family, a meal not punctuated by the buzz of my phone. The memory wouldn't come. I thought about the last weekend I'd spent completely free from work, not checking emails, not planning the week ahead. It was a ghost of a memory, years in the past. I couldn't recall the last moment I felt truly present, not just physically in a room, but mentally and emotionally connected to the people I loved. I was a spectator in my own life. That's when the truth, cold and sharp, finally hit me. It wasn't a thought, it was a feeling, a certainty that settled deep in my bones. The life I had so carefully constructed was a beautiful cage. I had built an empire of wealth, but in the process, I had lost all of my time. And time, I now understood, was the only currency that truly mattered. The ledger of my life felt unbalanced. Every dollar gained, every milestone achieved, had quietly taken something essential in return. I started to write them down, not as complaints, but as facts. Sleep was the first thing to go. Nights were no longer for rest, but for replaying meetings and drafting emails in my head. Peace followed soon after. A constant low-grade anxiety became my shadow, a hum of pressure that never truly subsided. And then, the most precious currency of all, relationships. Missed dinners, forgotten anniversaries, conversations answered with a distracted nod. I was physically present, but mentally, I was always back at the office. I wasn't tired because I worked hard. I was tired because I never stopped. My mind, my body, my very spirit were running on fumes, caught in a relentless cycle of doing more, being more, earning more. Staring out at the city that never slept, I realized I had become just like it, and I couldn't do it anymore. So I did something that felt both terrifying and necessary. I stepped back, not from ambition, but from the suffocating excess of it. I started small. I identified 3 core responsibilities only I could handle and delegated the rest, trusting the capable team I'd built. I protected my evenings with the same ferocity I once protected my bottom line. A hard cutoff at 6 p.m. No emails, no calls. I chose rest without guilt, rediscovering the simple ritual of reading a book before turning out the light. And something incredible happened. My business survived. In fact, with a newly empowered team, it thrived. The money stayed. The numbers held strong, proving my presence wasn't required for every single decision. But most importantly, my peace returned. The quiet hum of anxiety was replaced by the sound of my own laughter. I was finally home. By the time I turned 50, I was still a wealthy man by every conventional measure. The numbers in my bank accounts were as impressive as ever, but something far more valuable had been restored. I could finally sleep through the night. The gnawing anxiety that had stolen my rest for years had finally loosened its grip. Now, when I share my story, the lesson isn't about financial strategy or market domination. It's something much more fundamental. I learned that money can buy comfort, a beautiful house, the finest bed. But it cannot buy peace of mind. It can't purchase the quiet stillness of a soul at rest. That peace had to be earned differently, through boundaries, like leaving work at work and dedicating evenings to my family. Through simple acts, like turning off my phone an hour before bed. I came to see that success without meaning, the relentless chase for more without a clear why, is the most expensive failure. It costs you your health, your relationships, and your connection to yourself. It's a transaction where you trade the irreplaceable for the temporary, because real wealth isn't what you accumulate in your portfolio. It's not the car you drive or the zip code you live in. True wealth is what you manage not to lose while you're busy earning. It's the laughter you protect, the trust you build, and the quiet moments of presence you refuse to sacrifice. If this story spoke to you, like the video, share it with someone who